Gravit Designer is a web-based program. You can use it from any device, any computer, to create vector art. And we are interested in exploring the free version of this, but you can go to the website or search for it in Google, Gravit Designer, and sign up through your Google account or Facebook account. And there's probably going to be a big message in front of your screen. You can hit the X to close out of it so we can get right into Gravit Designer. And once in, you're going to be asked to create something. And as a graphic designer, you want to be able to pick the appropriate size, the appropriate dimensions for whatever you're creating it for. And Graphic Designer gives you a lot of everything: Facebook, Twitter, standardized sheets of paper, special devices, website pages. I can customize what I want to design something for. If I have weird dimensions, I can put that in the box. For right now, just to get started, we're going to use a standard size sheet of paper. So letter portrait, US letter portrait, 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper, just to mess around with some shapes. We're just going to get started with some shapes here. And the shapes tool is under this box right here. There's a little down arrow that goes along with it that allows me to choose from 6 different shapes. And we're going to just start off with a basic rectangle, and we'll make a star as well. So it doesn't put the rectangle on the screen. You do have to use your mouse and click and drag to create your shape. And then once you have your shape, anything that you want to do to the shape is on the right-hand side. For instance, if I want to change the color of it, I can click on the color of the fill. I can even, if you look above, there's other settings. For instance, there's the corner, which I don't know what it does, but if I know that it has a slider, I can use the slider and see what it does. The opacity, I can change the opacity, but there's nothing underneath it, so I can't totally see that it's working. But you can change the settings. You can even make it bigger and smaller and change its position on the X and Y axis if you want to do that from some of these settings. One that's hidden that I like a lot is underneath fills, there's a border. So if it doesn't have a border, which it doesn't, I click on this box and look for border. I have to add the border. So there's a plus on the right-hand side of this menu, and I can go ahead and click on that. And as soon as I do, it gives me a black line around it for the border. So I can change the color of that border. I can also change the thickness of the border. So I can hand type in a 6 or 7, or I can just use my mouse wheel. I can also make that transparent as well. So there's other things that you can explore in this menu. But the menus over on the right is where it's at. So I'm going to create one more shape and explore the settings for that. So under the menu, I'm going to create a star. Click and drag my star. I don't want it to be red. I want it to be yellow. So while it's selected, I'm going to change that to yellow. And I can change its border if I want to. Underneath, again, I need to select my star first. And then my border color, maybe I want to be orange. And I changed my star a little bit. Now the star has different things than the rectangle did. So if I click on my rectangle, I have corner opacity, blending. But if I click on the star, there's something that says points, because if I move my mouse wheel up and down, I can have different amounts of points on my star. I can change the way the star looks, how long the points are from the middle of this star. So I can adjust this star. In corners does the same thing as the rectangle does, but it's just not available right now. So you can explore these settings on the right. You can change the color, the fill. You can mess around with these objects. There's line, polygons, triangles, lots of different things. It even shows you the keyboard shortcuts. So we're exploring a little bit in Gravit Designer.